What up, y'all? I'm Rob Markman, one of the many hosts of Rotation Roundtable. Shout out to Speedy Mormon, Gabe P, Nyla Simone, the gang. But I'm here today. This is a Rotation artist exclusive. The album is out now. We're so excited. The Age of Pleasure. Janelle Monáe is with us. Welcome.
Yay. Thank you so much for having me.
How you doing?
Amazing, excited, just really feeling great. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. I'm very excited about this. I got, we listened to the album. The album is out now. I actually had an advance preview, so I got to live with it for a little while, absorb it, so we can have this conversation. And it's really a dope sounding album. It's a dope feeling, a lot to think about, a lot to feel. It's just incredible. A lot to dance to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? I am definitely doing a lot of that these days, so I'm so happy you listened to it.
No, of course. When did you first embark on the journey? Like, what was the creative spark for Age of Pleasure? Like, where did it begin for you?
My friends, really. Like, this album was made, or I like to call it a soundtrack to a lifestyle. So we started making the music. I made the music with friends, for friends. I was hosting these parties at Wonderland at our space in LA. My friends who run this party collective, Everyday People.
Yeah.
They couldn't find a venue. And so I opened up my space to them, and it wasn't a big crowd. It was a very intimate, small group of people. And these were people from the continent, South Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, Jamaica, the Caribbean, New York, LA, Atlanta, like Pan-African. The diaspora was just there. And I think when I saw us there in a very safe space, free from police, free from thinking, anybody was gonna come in and stop us from having fun, experiencing that Black joy, I said, I want to create music for us, by us. And I wanted the music to be able to work at all of the parties that we had. So what I would do is, this is just a little bit about the process of making it. I would know that we would have a party on like a Friday or Saturday, and that Monday or Tuesday, I would go in, me and my producers, and we would write 2 to 3 songs. And I was like, listen, if these songs don't work at this party, they are not going on the project. Like, I want to make a project specifically for us, and I don't tell anybody it's me. Play the song, put it in rotation while we're dancing, while we're feeling good. And if people are shazamming, if they're dancing and not sitting down, then it gets on the project. And that's how I sort of picked the majority of the songs on The Age of Pleasure.
So the people that at Everyday People, the ones who came to the party, got an advance listen for the most part.
They did.
Were people realizing that it was you as the songs were playing? Or?
No, I mean, no. Maybe like a couple people, but for the most part, I made it. I was like, please don't say it's me. And I saw people who were guests of other people like, yo, we trying to find this song. What float? What is this? Lipstick Lover? What? Champagne shit. That's another song that's on the project. Yeah. They would ask those questions. And I was like, it was nerve-wracking because whenever I hear my music sometimes, I do a little cringe thing, but I think with this project, I was just so happy to be able to make music for us, for people who are on a journey of self-discovery, loving on ourselves, really getting liberated.
Was there anything, or is there any, first of all, that process is amazing and it's beautiful. Coming off a Dirty Computer and into the Age of Pleasure, was there anything that you took, because what I kind of imagine is like each creation process of a project, you learn something maybe about yourself, musically, you stretch boundaries, you go different places, and then you take what really worked for you on to the next one. Was there anything during the Dirty Computer process that worked for you for the Age of Pleasure that you maybe carried on?
There has definitely been a through line through all of my projects, not just Dirty Computer, but Electric Lady, Arcandroid, Metropolis, and that was sort of thinking about my community, as I honor who I am honestly, through my art, my life seeps into my art. My identity is super important, and so being non-binary, being pansexual, being a part of the LGBTQIA+ community, making music that makes us feel seen, makes us feel good is also important. And I think with Dirty Computer, you saw that even more pronounced as I started to open up a little bit more and allow the world to sort of get a deeper look into who I was and my identity. I think with this project, it's not about a fight, though. Like I'm not thinking about, we'll never live in a world where we're gonna be free of oppressive forces, always trying to, stop us from having our freedom and from having our version, whatever that looks like, of the American dream. And so I wanted to just make this known that even in the midst of the heaviness, it's important to find your joy, find your pleasure, and create your beauty. Make some beauty if you don't see some.
Sounds dope, man. I watched an interview with Angie Martinez, her IRL interview. And, I mean, she's an idol of mine. She's one of the reasons that I do.
I love Angie.
What I do. I love Angie.
Love her.
I always salute Angie and Sway are the ones that I watched growing up and studied from and why I'm here. But I love how you identified as she, they, them, and free-ass motherfucker. Can we talk about Janelle Monáe as the free-ass motherfucker? I just love that as a concept.
Yeah, that's what it is. The acronym is FAM, if you wanna keep it modest. But yeah, what you wanna know?
Just when did that dawn on you, or when did that you got that feeling that yo, I feel free? Because it's that, and it feels like free-ass motherfucker in all caps. Like it really feels like a declaration. So that moment when you really just kind of said that out loud.
I think that, it's an affirmation as well. Like, as I constantly tell myself, I'm tapping more and more and more to divesting in certain systems that were not built for me to thrive in, how I think, my ability to want to grow and evolve, my ability to, remain humble and giving and loving and soft, even in times of harshness, and how I train my mind. What I think about myself internally is always a guide for me. I don't have to be anybody's projections. I don't have to internalize anybody's projections, and as we navigate through this life, again, through systems that were not built for us to thrive and to feel safe, I refuse to stifle or choke my freedom. So therefore I am as I think.
That's dope. Float, one of the records that you mentioned, dope record. We had got that as a single, as a teaser to the project early before it came out. Such a dope record. I read a quote where you cited that Muhammad Ali, Mary Poppins, Aladdin, and Bruce Lee were all inspirations for this song. And just me, I just love the fantasy image that it gives me of like all of them in the studio hanging out with you.
Listen, that's what it was. They were there.
Those characters, or just going into Float, more about the inspiration for that, maybe how Muhammad Ali and Mary Poppins connects. Like, I could just see it, but like...
I mean, they all floated, didn't they?
Oh, like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Sing like a bee, right? I mean, Mary Poppins with the umbrella, But here with the sound of music. They all floated in their own way. And all different, but that common thread of letting go, not having the weight on you. You gotta be able to be agile, and life will throw so many things at you, and how we respond says a lot about who we are. It says a lot about our ability to do life. A lot of people just, there's a saying that like a lot of people, I don't remember the exact saying, so I'm not gonna say it. But to answer your question, all of them floated in their own different way.
That's dope.
And I was just inspired by their process and seeing that. And I think for me, letting a lot of things go, having some time to heal, having some time to check in with me, allowed me the space to feel lighter. You can't float unless you release all those bricks that you inherited. Sometimes we inherit
Right.
heaviness. We come out the womb with it, right?
The trauma. Yeah.
So yeah, it's a journey. It's a journey for sure.
You know, you talked about the through line between all your projects and really the journey of even you just musically. On Float, you rap about how you used to walk in the room head down. And, you know, it reminded us of a line from I Like That from Dirty Computers, where you say, but even back then, with the tears in my eyes, I always knew I was the shit. Can you talk about that metamorphosis, baby, when that change occurred to you, that you were able to own it? And I used to walk into the room head down, but it feels really different now. It feels like we've seen a change in you.
Yeah, because I mean, I think if you got to check in with you. You got to go to the root of what it is that if somebody was to say something to you, it sticks to you and you internalize it. And I think once I understood projections and once I understood, again, not working in the system, like I've never played by the rules. And when you don't live in those systems, your liberation, your freedom, how you dress, how you choose to express yourself, if it's different from societal norms, there will be people that it will directly trigger. You know, my freedom, my liberation will directly trigger some people that are not on that journey and that don't understand the importance of what it is that I'm doing or I'm trying to say and who I'm trying to be as I navigate this earth journey. And so I think once I started understanding these systems and once I made a choice to describe, I guess, like, would that be?
It is now.
It is.
It is now. If it isn't, it is now.
To denounce those sorts of constructs, a lot of things look different to me.
Phenomenal. The track opens up, great lyric. I'm looking at 1,000 versions of myself, and we're all fine as fuck.
That's one of my favorite lines.
Really? Well, talk about
that
the aha moment, right? Like when you come up with that.
I mean, I always have been vocal about being from the future. And I do believe, you know, that in alternate universes, there are multiples of Janelles. So metaphorically, you know, I think that it represents the many sides that we have. You know, there are many versions of me, and each time I evolve, a new one erupts, you know, and I love every version of myself through every phase, because if I did not have those different versions of myself, I wouldn't be where I am today, which is in this age of pleasure, which is in such a sweet spot. And then, you know, as an android, there's so many of us. There are many of us roaming around. Just look around, you'll see us.
Has it been, you know, and then, you know, even going to heart, right? Like a true, and even like the duality, the homonyms in there, and just the playing with language and the wordplay is like, again, super creative. We expect nothing less from you. You've always been on it, but really a true celebration of yourself, taking ownership of your sex appeal. You know, there's a line where you say sexy, pretty, and handsome. Has it been easy to accept all these versions of yourself? You know, you say you accept it now, you love all the versions of yourself.
Yeah.
Has it always been easy to accept all these versions of yourself?
No. Definitely has not been easy. I mean, I can't tell you, you know, the number of times just growing up, you know, I'm non-binary. So as I, again, have divested from a sort of binary way of gender and how to live and how to express myself, even through wardrobe and different things. I can't tell you the amount of people that have, again, tried to project onto me traditional ways of living. And those things just never worked for me. And so I felt like, you know, sort of growing up even, I would sort of have to think about what it means to just be more modest because of church or because of, you know, you grow up as this little girl who was told like, hey, showing your skin, showing your body, all of that, people won't take you seriously, or you're gonna be asking for attention, or somebody might rape you. Like, I've always had to to alter my freedom under this patriarchal, conservative country. And, you know, as I grow and I know what that non-binary, trans, queer women, Black women specifically, we've had to just deal with so much altering to feel safe. You know, I didn't always feel safe to be this version of Janelle Monáe. So yeah, it's never easy because you have people who are in those systems and they're so in it that they don't know how to they don't know how to accept anything else. And when they see something different, it can be triggering to them.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think that's why the art, the music specifically, but the art is so amazing because it forces people to have to deal with their own issues and hopefully reprogram themselves. If I may, I would love to kind of share with you my experience in seeing Lipstick Lover.
Yeah.
And how it made me think and have to maybe reprogram, right? So seeing the video, and this is just me being honest, my initial reaction, right? And my journey with it, the video's fun. It's entertaining. It's actually like really like funny scenes. And it's sexy. So there's a part of me as a man that there's the fetishization of a lipstick lover, right? And maybe that's the first thing I see. And then I stop and say, wait, I think when I sat with the video, it made me think even deeper, like look at the freedom in this. And then it made me think of artists maybe that we grew up on. Because queer artists have always been here. This is not a new phenomenon, it's not a new thing. I think we're getting new imagery, new terminology, learning new ways. It made me think about all the artists that maybe came before who wanted to create and wanted to express themselves in this way and either felt like they weren't able to. And then there was some who just say, hey, I just want my art to be my art and my sexuality to be separate, and that's fine too, and that's a choice. But do you ever think about that? I guess that's my question about the artists who came before you, who maybe didn't have this chance, who were maybe yearning to express themselves in this way, but never felt like that they would be accepted or that they would have to be put into a box or something.
Yeah, no, it's a real thing. I think how I look at things is we're having an earth experience. Like my music is a reflection or an extension, a mirror to my life. And I mean, I have definitely written albums where they haven't centered around, you know, me. This is probably the closest album that you'll get to knowing sort of me at this present time. And I think, as I think about, you know, what it means to allow your art to reflect sort of your lifestyle and who you are and your journey and where you are, it's a very scary and vulnerable thing. And it also can be very liberating and very freeing because you get an opportunity through music to have other people feel seen and heard because they're seeing a reflection of them. As I think about my heroes, from Prince to Grace Jones to David Bowie to Funkadelic to like Josephine Baker, you know, there's so many artists, specifically Black artists, or not a whole lot, but the ones I just named, I'm probably leaving some more out. They got it, and you can tell that they, during their time specifically, were anomalies, were outliers. They were unafraid to sort of put themselves out on the line. I'm sure they got a lot of criticism. Yeah, and I definitely stand on their shoulders because it is a brave thing. It can definitely mess with your mental health if you're not built for this. Because people project, people say all sorts of things, but also there are so many other people who are gonna get liberated. Who are going to divest out of these patriarchal, misogynist, non-inclusive systems that, again, were not built for us. They were not built for me, you know?
And hopefully, too, the people who are open to it, make them check themselves.
Yeah.
And you know, again, I just think it opens up a conversation.
Yeah.
And it should really kind of bring us all together.
Yeah, I love conversation.
Yeah.
I love dialogue. And it's very interesting as much as like folks are, you know, because this, who I am at this present stage, my friends and family have all been privy to this version. But I think not feeling safe publicly to honor all of me has definitely been a thing. And as people are learning more about me, I'm also learning a lot about people.
And you know, listen, too, as much as there's a message in the music, and I think we can really kind of break it down in this intellectual way, it sounds really good.
Thank you.
It was really good.
Yeah.
So I'd like to thank you for that and everything, the intentionality, the musicality, the art, the feeling that you put into your music. It's really an amazing project.
Thank you. I love this project. I said, listen, if my friends and us, like everybody who has celebrated with us, we've been in a safe space together to discover and find out new things about ourselves. If we love it, that's it. That's all that really matters. And this is my love letter to the diaspora, to all of us. And I have to thank all the collaborators on the project, you know, being able to collaborate with somebody like Doechii, Amare, CK, Nia Long is on the project. Grace Jones is on the project, you know. Kelpie Vibes, my long-term producers, Nate Rocket Wonder, as well as new producers, Bueno, Sensei Bueno, Nana Kwabena, Sheyun Kuti, Fela Kuti's son, and Egypt 80. Like, this is all of us, all of our cultures sort of talking to each other, all of our Blackness intertwining. Like, this is my way of capturing our beauty. So it's such a fun moment to be able to experiment with the sounds, you know, because when you have that melting pot of us together, we were listening to, you know, Amapiano, we were listening to Afro beats, we were listening to reggae, we were listening to Caribbean music, we were listening to trap, we were listening to R&B. Like, it's so beautiful to see it reflected, like, yeah, reflected on audio. So it's a great time. I'm super excited that it's finally out.
Amazing job. Thank you so much, Janelle. The Age of Pleasure is out now. Y'all can listen to it on Amazon Music for sure. Also, I want you to catch me on Rotation Roundtable. That's live every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. And then, you know, you can catch the playback wherever you listen to podcasts on Thursday. So check us out. Yeah. Definitely check out the album. And then check it out again and again and again. There's a tour coming. I'm absolutely sure you're gonna check that out too.
Get the tickets.
Is Janelle Monáe's time?
Are people watching? Because we're in New York right now. Do they know where we are?
Yeah, we're in New York.
Yeah.
Well, we're everywhere.
We are in New York.
We're everywhere.
Listen,
this is Amazon Music. We are everywhere.
Go to jmonae.com, get your tickets. I'll start August 28th and then probably end like that third week in October. But they just went on sale, so go get them. I hope to see you all on tour.
All right, man. Thank y'all for watching.